the web. If you're watching on the webcam all over the world, we have you with us tonight. I'm sitting next to a gentleman by the name of Tom Fuller. Hello, Tom.
Hey, Alan. Thank you for having us.
No, it's good to see you. Now, I started playing your single a while back and thought it was fabulous. The album has so many different kind of, I would describe it in an English word, cubby holes, different things of interest that just keep bubbling to the surface. It's a nice little varied package. We don't know anything about you. Where have you been hiding yourself? And whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Right.
Thank you very much for the kind words about the album Abstract Man, which gets released next week.
Right.
I've been clawing and kicking my way up the music ladder for about a decade.
Right.
I'm one of these guys that I used to be a corporate guy for many years.
Really?
And yeah. And not a lot of people know that, but it's true.
Ah.
So I was one of these guys who put a tie on every day and went to the office and worked from 8 to 5 and on weekends and all that.
Yeah.
And I got to a place in my life's journey where I was really questioning, is that all there is?
Right.
You know, how many deals do you have to do before you feel like you're being fulfilled?
Sure.
And music has always been a passion of mine and a calling. And I just wound up taking a lot of little baby steps in the direction of music, like writing a song and entering in a song contest.
Yeah.
And then I had, a couple of guys would critique it, and they were just brutal. So I realized I had I had a lot to learn. But like anything in life, especially with me, I am one of these guys who I learned the hard way. I learned by doing it, and I set out on a journey to become a decent songwriter and a decent performer. And
But when you get brutalized in the press, especially if it's early on, a lot of people would have said, whoa, am I in the wrong business? Maybe the corporate life was the one. What gave you the bottle and the courage to keep on?
I'll tell you what, I've been there. I've been there where you're scared to death and you don't know if you're doing the right thing, but you have this calling that goes on inside of you. And it's always constant, and in those moments where you feel like you're handcuffed by fear, and that's a scary place. The next day is always going to come, and when that next day comes, some way, somehow, I found the strength to take one more baby step and just get through another day. And then at some point you get to a place where you look back and it's like, whoa, I'm on Alan's radio show, and how cool is that?
Right. But you see, I'm saying that. And I think when you're talking about that fear, and I absolutely understand that fear, because there was a time in my life when I was doing really well financially in a different job, and you've got the chance to do a job that you think would be more exciting or cool or whatever, more of a dream.
Right.
And then you think, but I'm going to be making less money, I'm going to take a drop in salary, and I've got a mortgage, and I've got a bill to buy a car, and I've got a bill for this and a bill for that. Did you not have all of that when you had that tie on, and you're thinking, music, no pension, no security, but I'm still going to take this massive leap of faith?
I'll tell you what, I think if I wrote great music and recorded it just strictly to make money, I would have failed a long time ago.
Right.
And money is the farthest thing from my brain, and it's all about passion. It's all about telling a story or a video in 3 minutes, and in that process, if you can inspire another person, or if you can help somebody get over the hump, or someone can relate to it in some way, I'm going to tell you something, that means more to me than any business deal I've ever done.
Right.
It's not about the money at all. It's about being true to me and letting the passion lead me, and I think the universe has got me on the right trail.
Right. Now, you've just been joined by a bespectacled rock god.
This is my buddy. I'm with my buddy James Wold, who's in the Tom Fuller Band.
Right.
James grew up in Chicago. He's from a musical family. His dad's a songwriter in Nashville.
Right.
James is living in Nashville now, but I brought him over here last September. I brought the whole band. We did a showcase.
Yeah.
Rock thing. We went to the Cavern Club and around. We want to do that again.
Dream come true.
So anyway, but the talk was, okay, let's go back to the UK. Let's go to the cool radio stations. Maybe we can do an acoustic set.
Right.
And James and I write together. He sings all my background vocals, and he's a good friend of mine. And I just said, hey James, you want to go back to the UK and hang out for a week? And it was like, whoa, when do we leave?
Right.
So.
He's just brought your guitar, and I think he's just tuned them both up. And
we tune because we care.
Genuinely. Because we want to come back. We haven't done anything, but we want to come back.
Well, I'm sorry, but you just have to prove how wonderful you are then. So what are you going to sing first?
Well, I think that we should we should probably give you a live version the way Lollipop Guild was written.
Okay, right.
And for your listeners, I always think it's really cool to hear a song how it was written and then see how it became like a child and it grew up with a recorded version.
Well, you're going to be hearing a little bit later on tonight, we're going to be playing the single version of it anyway. So this is the original. Tell us a little bit about it. What is the Lollipop Guild? Explain.
You know, I don't know what the Lollipop Guild is. I think well, let's understand the song. The song is about a human being, you know, kind of like getting stabbed in the back and having to deal with complete utter betrayal and all the feelings that come with that. You know, you're devastated, you're angry, you're hurt, you're sad, you're betrayed, and that person finding the inner strength that they need to carry on and basically tell the person that betrayed them, the hell with you, I'm moving on, and I'm gone. And so I used to sing, you know, go tell it to the tourists, you know, but the tourists became the Lollipop Guild, and I think it's a cool song.
I think it is too. Wherever you happen to be on planet Earth, pin back your ears. This is the Tom Fuller Band.